Today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the Cryptozoic Entertainment Fleischer Studios Incorporated Superman rescuing Lois Lane statue. Statues recommended for ages 14 and up with a choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3 years of age. A fantastic new release from the folks over at Cryptozoic. This captures the original essence of the Max Fleischer Superman animated cartoon, which is still to this day, though dated, yes, it is still to this day one of my favorite Superman cartoons that I go back to all the time. For your box art, you feature the front showing us what the statue is going to look like. You have Superman carrying off Lois Lane with a stack of the Daily Planet newspapers underneath. The side of the box, again, carries over that same image, as well as the back has a read-up indicating, inspired by Fleischer Studios' animated shorts of the 40s, this statue captures a tender moment between Superman and Lois Lane. Superman is touching down on a stack of Daily Planet newspapers that feature front-page headlines from the very first episode where he thwarts the mad scientist's evil plans. To check out more from the folks over at Cryptozoic, make sure you head over to www.cryptozoic, that's CRYPTOZOIC.com. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. When we come back, though, we're going to get a better look at the Fleischer Studios Incorporated Superman rescuing Lois Lane statue. There's more heading your way, guys. Don't go anywhere. To come included with your Cryptozoic statue of the Man of Steel and Lois Lane, you get yourself a Fleischer Studios Incorporated Certificate of Authenticity, indicating that this certifies that the Superman rescuing Lois statue is an official limited edition statue produced by Cryptozoic Entertainment. Why don't we first have a look at the display stand, and by normal virtue of what a display stand normally is, it's at a simplistic level, a shape usually to which the statue is going to be standing on. It's usually a circle or, again, some sort of shape with very mild artwork featured on the top. This, by far, though, is one of the coolest stands I have seen with a statue release. On the underside, you've got the numbered statue out of the 1200 limited edition release, as well as Cryptozoic down below. However, though, as the box had indicated, the top portion of the stand features the very first episode with the Superman capturing the mad scientist. And you've got like little blurbs on the side as well. Superman vanishes, public still mystified. Superman's identity still a mystery. In the center is the main news story, mad scientist in jail. And on the far right, story by Lois Lane, Superman overcomes mad scientist and saves city from destruction. I do also like the fact that all three have the same sort of quality, like they put a lot of effort to make sure that it does look like a stack of the fresh printed news. To which then there is a little peg on the peg hole, I should say, on the side of the stand, to which then you can take the Superman's lone peg and slide that into place. And it's best to do that while you have it on a flat surface. And there you have the Superman statue. Now, you may want to, though, as I just wanted to indicate here, when you have Superman standing in it, make sure you're standing him to which the base is facing this way. And you can probably see right away why I did that. By having Superman facing the other way, it makes him extremely top heavy. That this is the ideal way to have him offset the weight, simply by the fact that he is leaning so far off the edge of the stand. Let's have a better look at this marvelous statue. This statue depicts perfectly the design of not only Superman but also Lois Lane from the 40s Fleischer animated shorts. Still is by far one of my favorite go-to animated shows for Superman, with the second, actually I guess my first being the Ruby Spears 80s Superman cartoon, my second being the Max Fleischer. Now Superman here is again depicted perfectly here in statue treatment, complete with the Fleischer design of the Superman emblem, which I can tip hopefully forward and you can get a full glance at. The Fleischer design of Superman featured the black backdrop of the Superman S with the red on the front, bordered in yellow. Superman has a very stoic, very heroic look to his face. Again, no real indication of his eyes. Has instead now been swapped out for more just little slots painted in there as well. On the side, you've got Superman holding Lois Lane here. And Lois's arms are wrapped around Superman's neck there. Though the attention to the details, your focus point would likely be more to Superman, they spent as equal amount of quality and detail to put into Lois Lane as well. The statue actually, surprisingly, has a good bit of weight to it. I was thinking that with the fact that the statue was as small as it was, that the statue wasn't going to be a very heavy piece. And actually, quite the contrary. The statue does come across very heavy. Of course, it's a more fragile piece, some of the more fragile aspects of it being more the cape on the back, which I might add also is one of the few areas of Superman that they've added additional coloring to. While the majority of his outfit stays very primary in the reds, the lighter blues, the yellows, the one area that seems to get the additional shading was that of the cape, where you've got a darker spray, like a darker airbrushing that's been added to the little recessed crevices, the little fold areas of the cape. And it's also more apparent at the top there, closer to Lois Lane's hand. Again, a marvelous piece indeed. Spot will put some information down below if you want to head over to Cryptozoic and check out some of the fantastic pieces that they carry over there. Again, being a huge Superman fan as I am, it's one of my original favorite superheroes. Everybody always asks, Spots, what's your favorite superhero? Number 1 is Superman. Number 2 is Batman. Number 3 is Spider-Man. This is going to go out very well on display with some of the other pieces that I have in my collection. Again, if you are a fan of the original Fleischer animated shorts, definitely would want to add this to your collection. Today's collectible spot, we were having a look at the Fleischer Studios Incorporated. This was the Superman rescuing Lois statue. As always, thanks for watching as you always do, guys, and certainly stay tuned. Spot's going to have more collectible spots heading your way. As always, thanks for watching. See you next time.